God bless us. I think we're ready to go here. Leg number 2. And we're back. And I think, speaking of all the other streamers that are attending these events, I think we've spawned in right next to Melvin Leroy. 816 is usually his number. Not that he owns it. Nope. Okay, just a coincidence, that one. Funny one, though. All right, but anyway, we're back, and we seem to have loaded in with everything. Now, let's check the panel switches and everything. Yes, yeah, once again, just lots of stuff in positions that don't make sense. But, you know, at least the wipers are off. All this is off. Yeah, okay. So I think this is more of the cold and dark scenario that it's supposed to be in. And we can put that over there. And so I think we're ready to go. And we did reconnect to VATSIM, and we're still... Yeah, we still got our flight plan filed. So now we're getting underway rather late, but we'll see how quickly we can go. Pardon me if I'm not terribly chat interactive as I try and get going as quickly as possible. Oh, let's go ahead and get... I gotta get all the charts relevant to the second flight here. So let's go new flight. Origin is Sydney. And while we're looking at it, let's just pin the taxi diagram. I like doing that right away because it gives me that button down there where I can easily get back to the charts. And then we'll select YBBN, add to the route, go to the charts, and in the airport diagram, and then the route. Done. Okay, so there's the route that we filed. And from Sydney, we've got the airport information, and the rest of it we don't really need until we're clear, because we don't technically know what star we're on, except we know that we're going to Ulsum, and we're going off of the 3-4s. So I bet you we can go ahead and just pin that. Ulsum 1 off of 3-4s. Yeah, okay. So I'm pretty sure that's what we'll get cleared on. Okay, so we're ready. Let's run through we'll rip through the cold and dark checklist just as quickly as we can. And I'm sorry, like I said, that I'm not going to be terribly chat interactive during this process, but we'll just get back up and running. All switches and levers are in their starting position again. I'll just rip through this just as quickly as I can. Let's get ground power and cargo doors and stuff open. Are we in? Let's get in pounds. Up top, let's get the battery switches on. Nav lights on is there. Up top, we'll get logo. No smoking, cabin emergency. Masters. Brake fans to auto, anti-skid on. Lift spoiler systems on. Let's jump down. Internal power. Bus ties. Standby inverter and generator. Center tank transfer to, we'll leave it shut because we won't have any. Flight deck emergency lights are going to be armed. And then we'll go to the front panel. Master warning knob is already out. We'll power up our nav radios and our DME radios. We'll go down here. We'll power that up, power that up. Com radio, ADF radio, ADF radio. We'll come down to the bottom. Yaw damper on. And brake temp monitor on, and we'll turn the transponder mode on, even though we're still squawking 2000. All right, let's set payload and fuel. Now, on the left-hand side, we had ended with... see, now this is where we're going to have that glitch where we don't have the keypad. This tablet's just not great to work with ever since the port over to 2024. We had about 5,000 pounds there. We had about... yeah, so we were heavier on the right than the left. That's pretty close to what we had, so we'll just go with that. Cargo, I like to have 2,400 in each. So we'll just get as close as we can. Maybe just a little less in the front, a little more in the back. Okay, passengers. $80. Okay, let's do it. 10-minute boarding on the jetway, and we'll start the boarding process. Oh, shoot. And now I'm going to have to remind me that I have to actually do the fueling part, because right now I don't know what I have in the tanks, but it's not much. But we'll do the fueling part before we go. Should have done that first. Alright, let's do a recapture of the ATIS information. We're on Charlie now. Wind is shifted to 20 to 290 at 5. Temperature 17, QNH 1023. Alright, 1023, we'll go ahead and set that 3 times. Okay, there we go. Field elevation basically 21 feet. Okay, there we are. Let's go ahead and set up our comm radios, which I love that I have this little gadget to do this now. Let's set the clearance frequency on the right side of the right. So that's 133.8. .7 on the left. Okay. Transmitting and receiving off of 2.
Behind you, push back a bridge.
And then on the left side, the tower frequency 24/7. Whoops. And departure frequency, we don't really know. 29.7 is what it looks like. But we'll get that verified. Okay, so yeah, we're manipulating COM 2 now. Transmitting and receiving on COM 2. Alright, let's grab our clearance, even though we're running a little late. And we did say have an initial climb here. Transition 10. There's not an initial altitude to level off at. We'll see. He'll probably give us one though. And it's information Charlie. Sydney clearance, Keeling 1514, information Charlie, IFR to Brisbane. Oops. 32.8. 33.8.
B.
VG910 Heavy Sydney delivery. G'day, you're cleared to destination by the Nobar flight plan route. Runway 34 left, Avmov 1 departure, Nobar transition, climb by SID 5000, squawk 1260 and departure frequencies on 123.0.
Clear to the Indian Nobar, 34 left, Avmov 1 departure, Nobar transition, climb by SID 5000, squawk 1260, departures 123.0, we're at stand 53, VG910 Heavy.
VG910 Heavy, when ready for push, contact delivery, correction, not delivery, contact the coordinator on 127.6.
127.6 push, VG910.
Sydney clearance, Q-Link 1514, information Charlie IFR to Brisbane.
Q-Link 1514 Sydney delivery, g'day, you're cleared to Brisbane via the Olsen flight plan route. Runway 34 right, Olsen 1 departure, climb by SID 5000, squawk 4030, and departure frequencies on 123.0.
Cleared to Brisbane. The Olsen flight plan route will depart via the Olsen 1, 34 right, departure 123.0, squawk 4030, and I think I got everything. The initial climb 5000, Q-Link 1514.
Q-Link 1514, when ready for push, contact Sydney coordinator on 127.6.
Alright, 27.6 for push, Q-Link 1514, thank you. Alright, so 27.6 for push. I'm going to go ahead and get that set on the right side. Okay, so yeah, routes, no surprises. Let's go to flight plan. YSSY, enter, and accept. And let's go to the menu and departures. 34 right, enter. SID is the Olsen 1, enter. And we'll put that in the flight plan, and then after Olsen, it's the Y193. So if we go to the next page and just go to that, let's do a list off of Olsen of the airways, and it's Y193, which is option 2. We're taking that all the way up to Banda, which is there, option 4, enter. And then after Banda, let's do a list of airways, and it is the H252, and enter. And then that is to Bravo November. There, we're on the very end, 18, enter. Okay, and then YBBN is the arrival airport, but we don't know anything about the star or approach that we're going to use there, so we'll just leave it just like that for now. Oops. And yep, okay, I'm happy with that. So let's go back to the
1517, stand by for ground 121.7, good day.
121.7, 10, Q-Link 1517.
back to the flow list 4030. Whoops. Let's try that again. 4030. And TA, I'm sorry, yeah, and transponder mode set, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and set our mode control panel. The initial heading looks like a 335, and then an immediate right turn to 023. No, it's 335, and then intercept a track 023. So 335 is the runway heading. We're going to set that as the initial, and then that's what we'll use in case we have any issues where we have to return to the airport, something like that. We'll just take manual control, but we'll have the heading bug aligned. In terms of the mode, though, we're going to be in LNAV mode. Oh, flight directors have to come on first, then we can arm LNAV mode, and then let's go ahead and arm 5,000 feet. Oops, not 54. And we're in, yeah, RNAV. Okay. So all that's ready to go. Let's see if we can get this left inner fuel pump on. APU started.
Star 784, stand by for ground 121.7, good day. 121.7, Jetstar 784.
Wasn't sure anybody was here. I told you all I wasn't going to interact with the chat, but I also wasn't sure we were back on there for a second. Okay, good. Alright, APU power is available. APU gen on, APU air on, pack number 1 on. External AC can come off. Whoops. Okay. APU gen had to be two positions up. Okay, but we're back on now.
Sydney Corner, good day. Fiji 19 request for stand 53.
And the galley switch can come on as well. Now let's double check what happened with our FMCs. Are they still... Yeah, they're still set. Okay, we're good. Radios are still set as well. Okay, boarding is complete. Perfect timing. Let's verify that we've got brake pressure and parking brake handle is engaged. Okay, good.
Stand by for ground 121.7, good day.
We can unset the shocks.
Thanks, mate.
Oh no, we can't. Wait, let's do an instant refueling. Okay, now we can undo the chocks, undo the GPU. Why is it not letting us undo the chocks? Okay, there we go. Okay, chocks, GPU, and then let's just set our elevator trim as well. If we click on the center of gravity, it should do that automatically for us. And yeah, we did see the wheel turn, so we're good there. Alright, oxygen systems can come on. Let's get the fasten seatbelt signs on. Cruise cabin pressure set to 27,000. Alright, ice detection on and guarded. We'll get engine anti-ice on just for the startup procedure. Let's go down and set up the TMS panel. I think we said, what did we say the temperature was? 17, I thought, right? Yeah, temp 17. We were using like 650. I'm going to set it 670 for now. For cruise. Let's go ahead and get this powered on, and we'll set it into takeoff mode. And we'll go ahead and set bugs for flaps 18. Alright, let's get ready for our pushback. Let's talk to coordinator. Coordinator Qantas, or correction, Q-Link 1514, I've got a question for you.
Q-Link 1514, coordinator, got it.
Yeah, we're stand 59. Are you going to want us to push west on the Charlie or south on the Charlie 2?
Q-Link 1514, it's up to the ground controller, but I would assume they expect you to push facing south on Charlie.
Okay, we'll expect south on Charlie, Keeling 1514. We are not yet ready to go, but we'll give you a call in a minute. Okay, heard a nice double click there.
Qantas 2289 River, wish to start.
Plus 2289, coordinated good
Okay.
stand by for ground 126,
Beacon light on. Let's go ahead and get the pack number 1 off.
126.5.
Rest of the fuel pumps can come on.
Sydney coordinator, just off 517, ready for push.
And the start master on.
517, coordinated good stand by, estimated delay 10 minutes.
And coordinator Keeling 1514, I'll stand 59. We are ready now.
Like 1514, stand by, estimated delay 10 minutes.
We'll expect a 10 minute delay, Keeling 1514. Alright. Well, let's readjust the timing in my
29, stand by for ground 121.7, guys.
readjust the timing in my sheet.
121.7.
So we're expecting to push at about 10:35.
Coordinator Delta 4410, India 32, ready to push.
Okay.
Delta 4410, coordinated good day, stand by for ground 126.5.
126.5, Delta 4410, yeah.
Alright, Mad Noob is here.
Master Phoenix 30, 3,500 feet, 47,000 feet.
Phoenix 30 on the coordinated frequency, sir.
Roger.
So, yeah, so we got a pretty busy event here, the FNO Downunder. I'm no longer able to find it on the VATSIM calendar. A little bit of a glitch there. The day that the event is on, like, it drops off of the calendar. I think they should wait until the day after. But yeah, 32 aircraft getting ready to depart Sydney right now. We're among them. And there's pretty good flow of traffic back and forth. I think we got in early. So the event technically goes from midnight Zulu to 4 a.m. Zulu, which in terms of Eastern time was 8 p.m. to midnight. However, when we started the first stream at 7 p.m. Eastern time, our normal start time, it looked like a lot of the air traffic control was up already, or at least a shift of air traffic control was up already. We had a good amount of ATC coverage. We had center coverage. We had approach controller at Melbourne. We had a tower and a ground, and eventually a delivery controller, a clearance delivery controller came on down there as well. So they kind of got started early, I think. This is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. their time on Saturday morning. And so I think there was a shift that came in before 10 a.m. to help everybody getting started and underway. So we went ahead and got up and running a little bit early. Now, then we encountered a whole bunch of glitches with the aircraft on the turnaround and had to stop and reboot the we tried to go out to the main menu and load back into the aircraft. That didn't help us. But then we wound up having to completely close out and reboot the sim and the stream. So if you're seeing we've only been on for a half an hour, well, that's well, I didn't realize we started the second stream exactly at 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's pretty funny. I didn't do that on purpose, but worked out that way, I guess. But yeah, so yeah, we've had a few little
269, stand by for ground 121.7, go.
delays and setbacks.
269er, good day.
I guess that's going to be our call as well when we are finally released and are told that we're ready to go.
On a 683, stand by for ground 121.7, good day.
That's our good buddy Mustafa.
121.7 for Qantas 683, thanks, good day.
Cabin is secure.
Here's a couple planes up to our left. So this is pretty interesting that the coordinator's job really isn't to do anything else except for keep people from hounding the ground controller until it's their turn. I like it. Let me tilt this camera down just a little bit. But yeah, coordinator's job is to just not let anybody talk to ground until they're ready to go. Check in with coordinator. Don't switch to ground until he tells you to. Switch over to ground now and they're like, hey, you shouldn't be talking to me yet. Get a nice view of the goings on here at Sydney. Good number of planes moving around. There's one pushing back there. That might be Mustafa pushing. All right, 21-7, Kilo 1514, thanks. Okay, so yeah, that
Velocity 4469.
that is indeed Moose pushing back there.
Ready for taxi.
Velocity 4469, sitting ground taxi via Golf, Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short of Sierra.
Alright, Golf, Charlie, cross 25, Bravo 10, hold short Sierra, velocity 4469.
Q-Link 269, pushback approved.
Push approved, Q-Link 269, good day.
He said stand by for ground, so I assume that's kind of the same thing as...
15, 17, is there enough? Actually, disregard.
I assume that's kind of the same thing as monitor.
Jetstar 2 Mike Kilo, contact tower 124.7, get it?
124.7.
Got information Delta.
Jetstar 144, contact tower 124.7, get it?
Tower 124.7, Jetstar 144, good day. Sydney, 552, ready for taxi.
552, taxi via Charlie, hold short, it'll come up behind an A220, just hold behind it.
Taxi Charlie, follow the A220, 552.
Ground Keeling 1514, stand 59, information Delta, ready when you are.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Okay. So, I think what coordinator said was stand by for ground on 121.7, which probably is the same thing as monitor ground, i.e. switch over and listen up, but don't check in. But since I wasn't sure, I figured I didn't want to wait a half an hour misinterpreting that and not checking in. So I figured err on the side of, oops, I'll check in, even if it's not needed. But most likely the intent was for me to switch over and just wait.
Velocity 801, clears 34 left, looking for the velocity gates.
Velocity X01, turn left on Bravo 4. Correction, turn left on Bravo, Bravo 4, Charlie 2, turbo.
Now I wonder if...
Left Bravo, Bravo 4, Charlie 2, velocity.
Wonder if he's going to make me wait here until Moose is down and past.
Sydney ground flight like 803, stand 72, information Delta, request taxi.
Flight Orgo 03, ground on 126.
What is he in? Oh, he's in the A300. Ooh.
Be advised, it's
We're both flying vintage planes tonight.
803.
Yeah, okay, contact ground 126.5.
Ground, good day, JustFlight 10.
Delta in domestic 3, short of Gulf, ready for taxi.
Bravo 420, turn right on Golf to the back.
Right on Golf to the Rams, Sierra 420, thank you. Ooh.
Other station, second.
Just 810 on taxiway Lima, holding short of Charlie.
So it's 810, City Ground, taxi via Bravo, hold short runway 25. Do you have a preferred bay?
Yeah, Charlie tends to be the southbound taxiway.
That's Airlines.
Roger, expect
Charlie all the way down to Lima,
43.
and then Tango down here
Red Bay 43.
to the end.
And taxi via Bravo, hold short runway 25.
That's been my experience in the past,
Yes,
at least.
Roger. We'll taxi by Bravo and hold short runway 25.
So it's 784, contact Tower 124.7.
124.7, just 784.
What's the 810 Charlie to take any right turn into one of those bays?
Sounds like Moose is just about ready, so that's good.
Yes, I will turn into 57 Alpha as well, the 801.
Cheers. Velocity 4469, contact Tower 124.7.
Contact tower, velocity 44692. City Ground, good 438 for phase 3.
Sorry, I stepped on somebody's second.
Qantas 438, phase 3.
Qantas 438, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 25, Bravo 2, domestic 1 to the bay.
On Bravo, cross runway 25, Bravo 2, Dom 1 to the bay, Qantas 438, thanks.
And ground
Killing 269, hold your position.
Hold position, killing 269.
And that link 523 with you on Lima.
Link 523, City Ground, do you have a preferred bay?
Terminal 3 bay number
Moose
5.
is looking to his left and looking at the traffic jam up that he's causing.
253, 523.
So eventually the ground controller is going to have to move him.
Bravo hold short 25, net link 523.
Killing 269, give way to the inbound CRJ, he's going on to base 44. Then taxi via Golf, Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short of Sierra.
Okay, CRJ inside, give way, then Golf, Charlie, cross 25, Bravo 10, and hold short Sierra. Ceiling 269.
Killing Qantas 683, ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go with Delta.
Qantas 683, taxi via Charlie, hold short of Golf.
Charlie, hold short of Golf for Qantas 683 heavy.
Alright, so there goes
Qantas
Moose.
550, section Qantas T-Link 1517, continue via Charlie, hold short of Golf.
Continue via Charlie, hold short Golf.
And then the one behind him, and then eventually he'll let me go.
552, taxi via Charlie, hold short of Golf.
So those guys are all departures, I guess.
Qantas 552, taxi via Charlie, hold short of Golf.
Charlie hold short of Golf, Qantas 556.
It's a sure approaching run over taxi.
So we can watch the parade happen behind us. Meanwhile, our tug drivers... Our tug drivers like, can we go? We've been sitting here for like 10 minutes. Wave to Moose, guys. Hi, Moose. Might as well watch the other two. Because I know I'm not moving until they pass. Might as well watch them.
Qantas 683, we're going with QOK 320, then continue by Charlie, cross runway 25.
Oh, the ground controller may or may not be a member of ZTL? Nice.
Alright, we'll get
Yes.
the 820, 8320, and then we'll continue via Charlie, cross 25, Bravo, and then Bravo 10 for holding point at 3. Bravo 10 and what?
So, Mad Noob, our artwork adventure. We got me walking the puffs down the bank of the Sydney Harbor with the Opera House and the bridge in the background. We got an ossified version of the Statue of Liberty and a plane towing a plane-ish Towing an Outback Steakhouse banner behind us.
Cross runway
There's
25,
our,
hold short
there's our
of
stand-out
Bravo
event if you want to get in on that action and add to or modify that image. You can cash in 500 of the Twitch channel points, aka the Alphabet points.
Yeah, JustStar 517, sitting ground, pushback approved.
Push approved, JustStar 517.
Hopefully we'll be getting that same call here in just a moment.
Netlink 523, cross runway 25, taxi via Bravo, Bravo to domestic 1 to the bay.
Bravo, Bravo to domestic 1 to the bay, and we'll cross 25 and Netlink 523.
Healing 1517, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short of Sierra.
Charlie, cross 25 to Bravo and hold short 10, clearing 1517.
Here's Keylink 1517, who just got some taxi instructions, and then here's us just now getting clear of the queue, where hopefully
552, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short.
Hopefully he'll go ahead and get us pushed back here.
Back to Charlie, cross 25, Bravo 10, hold short Sierra, 552.
JetStar 529, there's 2 aircraft to your right. You're going to give way to the second aircraft at Qantas 737. Then taxi via Charlie, Bravo 10, hold short of Sierra, and cross 25.
Roger, behind the aircraft to arrive Boeing 737, taxi via Charlie, Bravo 10, and hold short of Sierra. JetStar 529.
JetStar 810, turn right on Bravo 4 to the bay.
Turn right on Bravo 4 to the bay. Just right then.
Healing 269, contact tower 120 decimal, correction 124 decimal 7.
24-7, Healing 269er, good day.
Good day.
Sydney ground FedEx 742 on Lima, short of Charlie.
Healing 1514, actually this wrong. FedEx 742, Sydney ground, today, what day are you going to?
No, don't tell me to disregard. I want to go.
Any that you can assign us FedEx 742.
Oh, I know.
So we're all the way up north to 85, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 25.
He had an inbound guy. He had to figure out where that guy's going before he can let me go.
Yeah, 85, FedEx 742.
Keeling 1514, once the JetStar A320 passes behind you, pushback approved.
Once Jetstar passes, push approved. Keylink 1514, thanks.
FedEx 341, Sydney ground, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, FedEx 314.
Okay, there's the guy we were waiting on right there.
Keylink, correction, Qantas 83, contact, sorry, Qantas 683.
Okay, we're moving.
124.
Let's go up top. Start selector number 4.
Qantas 683
Let's go.
tower, what was the frequency one more time?
124.7.
Let's get 2% in. We'll
124.7, thanks.
pop the lever out of cutoff.
Air Canada 227, Sydney ground, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Air Canada 227.
JetStar 517 ready for taxi with information Oscar.
Jetstar 517, taxi via domestic 2.
Once it rolls up through about 10, it'll start really surging up. Once it gets to about 13, the red light goes off and we can go on to the next one.
Taxi domestic 2 Charlie, cross runway 25, then onto Bravo 10, hold short Sierra, JetStar 517.
Keylink 1517, contact tower 124.7.
124.7, Keylink 1517.
Okay, waiting for number 3 to spool up, then we'll move on to the number 2. we go.
Sydney ground, good day, Qantas 4 Heavy on Lima, and we are for the international terminal.
Qantas 4 Heavy, Sydney ground, g'day, taxi via Bravo, hold short, runway
If
25.
I'm southbound on Charlie, it's going to be the one that kind of shimmies off to the left up there. Bravo's the one to my right, Charlie's the one to my left.
Qantas 552, contact Tower 124.72.
The chubby chariot, yes, yes indeed, Treadley, indeed it is.
Qantas 552, contact Tower 124.72. Qantas 556.
Ground, just 810. Thank you for your service. We're logging off. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, come on. Alright, there we go. Start selector off, start master off.
42, hold short of Charlie 1.
Generators on, screen and probe heats on. Anti-icing off, packs on. Hydraulic pumps on. Oops, yep, on. And AC and PTU pumps on. Morning nub. In. Flight controls check, flaps 18. Because the parking brake's still on? Yeah, okay, that was the only thing that caused that.
Qantas 4, cross runway 25, taxi via Gulf, hold short runway 34 left.
Electrical? What's wrong with the... oh.
Cross runway 25, Golf, hold short 34 left, Qantas 4.
Qantas 413, Sydney ground, pushback approved.
Alright, we're ready. It's still Delta. Yep. Ground Keeling 1514 with Delta. We're ready to taxi.
Keeling 1514, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short Sierra.
Alright, Charlie, cross 25, and Bravo 10, then we'll hold short Sierra at Keeling 1514.
Sydney ground, velocity AA1, we're vacated the runway Bravo 8. Request taxi back to the gate.
Velocity 881, Sydney ground, today, do you have a preferred bay?
We have a drone there.
Any would be fine, velocity AA1.
Velocity 881, taxi via Bravo, hold short runway 25, and expect bay.
We got a hovering
33,
caravan.
Or actually, sorry, 33.
Taxi via Bravo, hold short runway 25, velocity AA1.
Is there an aircraft crossing in front of you?
There was one hovering, like it was like a helicopter or something.
Yeah, I'll call a suit for that.
Although he was rendering as a caravan, it looked kind of funny.
Ground FedEx 314, ready taxi.
Just 529, make the left turn on Bravo 10 to hold short of Sierra.
You gone? Yeah, he's still there.
Just 529.
He just disconnected ground.
Okay, FedEx 314 taxi via, are you able to fit on Bravo 1?
We should be able to, yeah.
But the taxi via Bravo 1, Charlie, cross runway 25,
Okay, yeah, Charlie's going to shimmy back over to the right then. So yeah, we are away from the terminal, so we can get weather radar on.
Charlie 5, Bravo 10, hold short Sierra, FedEx 314. Qantas 4, contact ground 126.5.
126, flying, Qantas 4, thank you.
FedEx 314, just verify that squawk is 6001.
6001, FedEx 314.
Ground Qantas 413, ready for taxi. What's the air anyone? I think I told you to hold short of 25, so oh well.
Actually past 25.
What's the air 81, Bravo 4, hold short of Charlie.
That's kind of a rough bridge there. They should probably smooth that out.
Hold short Charlie, velocity 881. Air Canada 227 on Dom 3, ready for taxi.
We're going to make the first left on the Bravo 10 and then short of Sierra.
Cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short of Sierra.
Golf Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short of Sierra, Canada 67.
Ground Qantas 413, ready for taxi.
Yeah, we might have some unauthorized takeoffs if we hit that a little too quickly. Alright, we'll slow it down just a little bit here. Prepping for the turn.
On Farrow's coordinating Glasgow, cross second.
Just for 1981, vacated, we are on Bravo 9, looking to go to,
Yeah, the inbound aircraft take that next taxiway south of us. We're in the departure queue here.
1981, roger, taxi by Bravo, cross runway 27, hold short Bravo 4.
Alright, we'll cross, we'll continue via Bravo, cross 27, and hold short Bravo 4 for this.
FedEx 742, straight ahead to the bay.
Straight ahead to the bay, FedEx 742, thank you.
FedEx 314, give way to the Virgin Australia 737 from right to left.
We'll get by for the 737, correction, FedEx 314.
That's 517, contact tower.
Playing Super Mario Brothers while he's talking?
Keeling 1514, contact tower, 124.7.
24/7, Keeling 1514, we'll see you.
Ground Qantas 413, ready for taxi. Qantas 413.
Alright, let's
taxi
transmit and receive.
330. On to Lima, you can taxi via Tango to the Tango 6 holding point, 1034 right.
Give way to the Qantas, taxi by Tango, holding point Tango 634 right, just off 517.
Yep, so that's the aircraft right in front of us. We're going to get that same instruction in just a moment. I'm going to taxi light off for now, since we are holding in position.
811 Sydney Tower, runway 34 right.
Charlie says, does this plane always use full beans, or do you... Yeah, it's,
269, contact departure, sorry.
the thrust management system sets the departure, it sets the takeoff N1 based on the temperature. Okay, so we can scoot up since we were told short of Sierra, but we shouldn't enter that intersection there until we're told.
Charlie Southern 735, contact ground 12.7.
Contact ground 12.7, China Eastern 735, goodbye.
Yes.
For you, contact ground 12.7.
So the thrust management system determines the takeoff N1 based on temperature, and then when you set the bugs using the placard here, it sets the engine bugs for you.
Kilo 1514 with me.
Kilo 1514, Ephraim?
Kilo 1514, taxi line Tango 6, holding point, runway 34 right.
Alright, Tango 6, holding point 34 right. Kilo 1514. Alright, we're rolling, so taxi light comes back on.
683, runway 34 right, line up away.
34 right, line up away, 683 heavy.
Little bit of a departure queue down there.
Runway 683, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, 1683.
There goes Moose.
Just 11, join Lima, hold short of Charlie. Contact ground, 121.7.
Join Lima, hold short Charlie, ground 121.7, just started, 11.
We'll get to wave to Moose again. Hi, Moose. Such a nerd.
Kilo 1517, runway 1, correction, runway 34 right, line up LA, expect delayed entry with turbulence, and just confirm you're ready, please.
Ready to line up and way, 34 right.
Thanks, and just confirming that was the clearance to line up LA.
Hey, from, line up and way, 34 right, killing 1517.
Thanks. 683, contact departure through.
For departure, Qantas 683.
Air Canada 227 with you short of Sierra on Bravo 10. Ready to take.
Yeah, Canada 227, g'day. Taxi Tango, Tango 6.
23-0? Okay, yeah, I did not get that set.
Tango 6 to runway 34 Air Canada 27.
Traffic, 314's holding short of Sierra.
FedEx 314, Sydney down, follow Air Canada 737.
It's nice to be able to do that with the knob and watch where I'm going, but also watch the radio frequency.
Hopefully I don't get lost.
Sydney Tower, hello, Qantas 413, Bravo 10, short of Sierra.
Qantas 413, Sydney Tower, g'day. Follow the FedEx 7011 to Tango 6, holding point runway 34 right, hopefully they don't get lost.
Alright, Roger, we'll follow the FedEx MD11, Tango 6, holding point for 34 right, and yeah, hopefully we don't get lost either, Qantas 413. We're all counting on Air Canada.
No pressure.
Air Canada, we trust.
I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Jet star 570.
Alright, since we're pulling up to the back of the line, taxi light comes off.
17, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Looks like we are about number 3.
34 right.
We get up to number 1. Pop on TA and RA. Continuous ignition. And alert our cabin crew.
34 right, line up and wait.
Lining up 34 right, Qantas 522.
Okay, well if he's going and he's lining up, well then I guess we're number 2, not number 3. So the event technically goes another hour, but that does mean we are likely going to land slightly after the published event end time. We'll keep our fingers crossed that these guys will stick around just long enough to get us down. And whatever other traffic is still in the area. Right, so we've already turned the taxi light off, yeah, since we're... It's kind of our signal, and then if you pull up to something that you're holding short of, real world, it's kind of customary to turn off that taxi light, and that way the traffic crossing in front of you has that visual signal that you're stopped and you're not going anywhere.
Second frequency, killing 1517, cut out.
Killing 1517, departures 129.7. See you, mate.
129.7, killing 1517.
29.7? Okay, that's not what I had set.
To runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Qantas 522.
Jetstar 517, runway 34 right, line up away.
Line up and way 34 right, Jetstar 517.
Healing 1517.
Feeling 1514, advise when ready.
He hasn't switched over yet. Uh-oh, now he's backing up. Glitching the map, I hope.
Qantas 552, contact departures through.
Over departures, Qantas 552, thanks mate, up bump.
Alright, we are number 1. PA and RA. Continuous ignition. When we get cleared onto the runway, we'll nab the strobes.
17, still.
Yeah, FedEx 314, we are holding short at Tango 6. We can report we happily did not get lost.
Glad to hear it. Can you also confirm you're ready?
Affirmative.
Thanks. And fueling 1514, are you ready for departure?
We are.
Thank you.
23-0. Can you confirm the departure frequency off this end?
123.0 for you. Feeling 15.
Okay. So I had it right.
Just off 17, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, just off 517.
Yeah, we did that. Chuckly. We did indeed ding the cockpit. Might be here just another minute, depending on whether or not they have any arrivals coming in. Get cleared onto the runway, we'll grab the strobes, and then we get cleared for takeoff, we'll grab the forward-facing lights. It's the second green light down here.
517, contact departures.
Over to departure.
Oh, brake
just off
fans.
517. See ya.
Go. November 7510, are you with me? November 7510, Sydney Town. November 7510, Sydney Town.
I see somebody landing here. I don't know that I heard them get clearance. But he landed anyway. Let's see if he's got a gap afterward he can get me out in, or has he got somebody else lined up on the runway. Like he's got another one on short final here.
Right, you're landing 1514, running 34 right, line up on.
I will line up and wait, Q-Link 1514. Strobes are coming on.
Sydney to ground, November 10 runway located at Uniform 1.
You were so close. On tower, you never contacted me. But that's fine. You can contact me on Lima, hold short of Charlie. And on Lima, contact ground 121.7.
Taxi via Lima, who shot of Charlie when approaching Lima, contact the ground 121.7.
Yeah, guy has a number to call, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, just people saying runway 24 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, Keeling 1514. Alright.
Canada 227, confirm you're ready for departure.
No warnings, no vibrations.
Ready for departure for Canada 227.
Takeoff power set. I'm going to push forward on the yoke just for a moment while steering via the tiller.
The 537 tank at
80 knots cross checked.
Okay, now we're releasing that forward pressure, steering via the rudder.
537, straight for right.
Rotate.
And we're rotating.
V2.
To land.
Positive rate of climb again.
You had to wait until my wheels lifted off. Alright, gears up. We are pitching to maintain the bubble speed until we get up to 1,000.
Descend. Descend. Descend.
Yeah, Canada 227, runway 34 right, last line.
Got a spurious TCAS I'm going to ignore. I hate it when we get those spurious TCASs. Go on the departures class, or your Keeling 1514, we'll see you. Alright, we're through 1,000, so we'll lower the nose. Max continuous. Sydney departure, Keeling 1514, 1,800 going to 5.
Select flaps.
I'm sorry, say again? Broke up, but I did figure out, after I asked, I did figure out that he said, good day identified. Okay, flaps are in. We'll pick up 250 knots. Pitch to the indicated airspeed. I guess we'll go ahead and get the autopilot on, huh? He didn't give us a higher altitude, so we're going to cut it at 5.
Clear of conflict.
Yeah, we're way above speed here. Level it at 5 and get it back to 250.
Descend. Descend. Descend.
Other spurious TCAS. I hate getting those spurious TCAS warnings because I feel like, you know, and especially now that we're marketing the stream on other platforms, TikTok and Instagram and other shorts platforms, like there are real pilots who see those and they're like, oh, I should check this guy out. Check this guy out and see what he's about. And then the first thing they see when they pop on the stream is me ignoring TCAS TCAS advisories and RAs. It's like it's only because I know that they're false alarms. Right? That's going on my permanent record, right? Exactly. It's only because I know they're false alarms.
Clear of conflict.
You were kind of breaking up. Was that for Keeling 1514?
Keeling 1514,
Okay, our final was filed as 270. Is that okay?
flight level 270.
Alright, flight level 270, Keyline 1514. Okay, armed, airspeed, max continuous. Yeah, let's make sure it captures the 250 okay. Because we're getting kind of really broken voice here.
Juliet Mike, thanks, stop, 3.5, thanks, cleared, visual approach runway 29
It doesn't sound like intentionally simulated distortion breaking up. It sounds like packet loss breaking up. I don't know if that's on my end or his end.
I think they're new about this connection line.
Alright, we're through 10,000. We can get some forward-facing lights off. We'll ring the cabin. And we can do a pressurization check here. So cabin altitude's climbing at a normal level and at a normal rate, and the differential pressure I always say is about a third of the way up at 10,000, about 2/3 of the way up at 18,000, and then fully up at cruise. We did notice before on our first leg that the cabin altitude was climbing slowly and the differential pressure was climbing quickly. And what we realized was that the rate knob had been turned down and the cabin was climbing at a too slow a rate to keep up with the ascent of the aircraft. So that's a good reminder of why you kind of do that check at 10,000, make sure everything's going okay. And definitely if you see something that you don't ordinarily see, you should be asking yourself why. Yeah, so I haven't turned off the fasten seatbelt lights, Chugley. I've turned off the alert for the cabin crew. I guess if it's emergency, they can let it go. Or at least the cabin crew can pass him a bottle. And we follow the American procedure here, which is, we release the cabin crew at 10. We don't release the passengers until cruise. Yeah, Charlie says that 10,000's check to prevent the tragedy of the Greek Airways situation. I don't know off the top of my head what incident you're referring to, but I assume it was a loss of cabin pressure and consciousness. I couldn't tell if that was... Yeah, you're coming in real broken up the frequency one last time, real slow. 1309er, is it? 30.1 for Keyline 1514. Center Keeling 1514 is 185 going to 270.
1514, hello, climb pilot 270.
270, Keeling 1514. Now he's coming in perfect, so apparently it's not on my end. The approach controller's internet connection might be struggling under the workload. Alright, so we're through 18. Let's go ahead and do a second. When I'm late, I'll change the altimeters in a moment. I should have done that at 10,000, not 18,000 like we do in the States. I'll show you on the chart. But second cabin pressure check, get cabin altitude climbing normally at a normal level, at a normal rate, and then differential pressure, like I said, 1/3 of the way up at 10, 2/3 of the way up at 18, and fully up at cruise, so everything's looking good. So yeah, 18,000 is where we go from local to standard, but not here. So I'm a little late on this, but we'll get it done. Pretty significant difference too. Nice high pressure day, but that means a big difference between local and standard. Oh wow. So Chugley says the Greek flight he was referring to had some sort of a maintenance person get in who flipped the switch to turn off auto pressure, and the flight crew gave it a token glance, said it was checked, you know, as one does, and the whole plane ended up passed out except for one flight attendant. Okay. Yeah, it sounded vaguely familiar when you said it. I just don't know that one intimately, like I know some of the other famous disasters. But yeah, I mean, you know, I've gotten in the habit of doing a climb check at 10 and a climb check at 18. And different airlines have different SOPs on that. But I just figure, when you get through 10, you're going to want to know whether your pressurization is working or not. And then again at 18. And in the first leg tonight, we noticed that something wasn't quite right. Now, it wasn't that it was going completely like it was off or anything. But what happened was the plane booted up in a weird, not quite normal cold and dark state where, and we've had it before, where all the switches and buttons on the top panel are not in their normal positions. Well, one of the things that was different was this rate knob. Normally it sits about 50%, but it was sitting all the way to the left, i.e. its lowest rate. And even with auto pressure on and the manual valve shut, that caused the cabin pressure to climb slowly, which sent the differential pressure skyrocketing up prior to when it normally does. And it stayed below the normal mark. I mean, we caught it in time that I got the cabin climbing at a more normal rate, and then it was kind of a race. The cabin altitude and the differential pressure both got to their upper limits right as we got to cruise. But it was still interesting, like to glance over here and see, everything looks good. Oh, wait a minute, does it? Does it now? Are we sure it does? And that kind of mnemonic that I use of, hey, 1/3 of the way up at 10, 2/3 of the way up at 18, and fully up at cruise, worked for me because I was looking at that needle going, that's a lot more than 1/3 of the way up. What's going on here? So it was good that I have that. And it was good that I actually looked, because a lot of times I have caught myself going through the motions like you mentioned. You know, it was pure luck that I said it and actually did in fact check it. I mean, Chugley, going back early in the history of the stream, there was a trip that I was doing up in Alaska in the Beach Barren. And I'm advancing the throttles on the runway going, yep, all temps and pressures are normal. And they sure as heck were not, because the number 2 temperatures were like skyrocketing. I got airborne and saw that was happening. I was like, oh, neat, I need to shut down the number 2 and return single engine to the airport. And I was like, oh, I wonder when that started happening. And I watched the playback and I was like, oh my gosh, it was as I was taking the runway, the temperatures were out of control. Now it turned out just to be a glitch in the simcoders.com reality expansion pack. It was just, you know, the temperatures were reading off of the wrong data ref, so the needle just spiked up through the roof. Everything was fine. It was just a gauge issue. But still, temps and pressures are all normal. Meanwhile, the gauge is like pinging off the top of it. Yeah, good look there. Good look there, Slant. Good look. So yeah, I've tried ever since then to like actually look at what I say I'm looking at. But you know, then I'm here sipping on the red cup, chatting with you guys. Easy to do. Today, I actually did it successfully. I was proud of myself.
X3 14, Roger, report back.
Report back, credit 314, thanks.
Let's clean up the charts. Don't need the airport diagram. That's Sydney. We got the one at Brisbane. And we don't need the departure, because we're well past Olson at this point. So we only need charts at Brisbane, and I guess we're going to want some star charts. And we're 1,000 to go.
Still a little bit quiet, that's radar range.
We'll go ahead and do seat belts off. I mean, we're just about as high as we can go on the throttles. I guess I didn't pay attention. The throttles need adjusting on the way up, but at this point 817 is about the best it can do anyway. But it's alright, we're almost to cruise. And let's do a quick check. Okay, so the cabin altitude's leveled off at 7, no longer climbing, and the differential pressure's within the normal range. So, cruise pressurization check is passed. Seatbelt signs have been turned off. And we're going to watch click over from arm to capture.
Okay, 03.
You see the status change here as well. And there it goes. Alright, sounds good. So we're going to rebug now the cruise speed. I'm going to let the plane accelerate to that cruise speed by keeping it in climb thrust for just a moment. And then once it starts getting up closer to that cruise speed, we'll set it to the cruise thrust, which on our last leg was working well for us at about 650, 660. Got 670 set for now. We'll see how it goes.
Hello, Mark 413, passing flight level 186 for flight level 2 here.
Station, go again.
Hello, Mark 413, passing flight level 192 for flight level 20.
While we're waiting for the cruise speed to come up, let's see, can we get a preview of what's going on at Brisbane? It's too early for us to receive the ATIS the real way. Let's receive it the cheating way. .YSSY-YBBN _ ATIS. Lima, 19 left and right. Independent parallels. 120 at 8, so it's going to be 120, so it's going to be a nice left to right. UNH 1020. gonna go ahead and get 1020 set here. And the standby, obviously it's gonna look like we're way off in our altitude. We're 200 feet off in our altitude, but it's just because I got the standby set to the local at our destination, rather. Alright, speed's just about up to where we want it now. So let's go ahead and set the target turbine gas temp. It's telling us we need to pull the throttle levers down, and once we get it close enough, those white lights will go off, and then it'll just go, alright boss, we got it from here, we'll fine tune it. All you have to do is get the throttles somewhere in the range, and then that TMS box does the rest, basically. So we'll get them all nice and even. Box is telling us we don't need to move them, and it's got it from here, and yep, they're all putting out just about 670 degrees. So now let's see what that 670 has in terms of the effect on our cruise speed. It's still kind of creeping upward. It can creep up. We got a little bit of room for it to creep up a little bit.
Brisbane Center, United 2533, flight level 102, climbing flight level 280.
2533, hello.
It's still creeping up at a pretty good rate, because now the bubble's perfectly meshed. And it's still, yeah, the ground speed is still kind of ticking up, not at a time.
Flight level 36, road level 41.
Let's go ahead and let's knock this down. That's 650 now. And let's just watch the bubble. Of course, the bubble just reacts to where you have the bug set. So that's nothing magic about the bubble. We can put that wherever we want it. But if the bubble's continuing to drift upward or drift downward, we'll know what's going on, and then we can use the ground speed readout in the HSI to kind of determine whether we're still accelerating. Oh, are we starting to slow? Yeah, okay, so that 20-degree change was too much. Let's put it back at 660. And this is kind of neat. This is to Touchdown FX tracks your altitude and speed the entire flight. So it is kind of neat to watch and how the altitude. We did a gradual level off, but then we left the speed keep coming up, and now we're kind of trying to capture the speed.
413, 4 climbs, and left heading 180.
Left heading 180.
Kind of nifty to have that graph there. It looks like the speed's pretty stable. 460 and kind of holding there. Well, and now what's happening is the radical change in altitude is becoming far enough in the past that the minor changes in altitude are getting magnified because of the scale change. So you can see this massive drifting up and down that we're doing is all within a matter of 10 feet plus or minus. But it looks like we're on quite the roller coaster ride, doesn't it?
552, contact sensor 134.2, expect start.
Not to mention, this is above ground level, so if we're over rugged terrain, yeah, which we are. Yeah, no wonder we're bouncing up and down in terms of our altitude above ground level. We got a nice map of the valleys there. If we do a grid pattern, we can get an entire 3D map of the terrain down there.
130 versus 80.
American 72 sensor, hello, climb flight level 310.
310, American 72.
Oh, Chocolate, I missed your earlier message. But I had a pressure problem that I caught on my engine check every 10 minutes in cruise. It was at a 172 over the Arizona mountains, and that catch of the oil pressure gave me time to find a flat area before the engine went out. Yeah, exactly.
Delta 41, to my planning, are you able to run a 3-4 right for landing?
Yeah, when you see the slightest indication that something is not quite right, you should trust your instincts, that's for sure.
That's 413, turn right, heading 230.
Right heading 230, 1413.
Alright, friends.
This is 413, resume and navigation, direct Tampa.
Resume on navigation, direct Tampa, Quantum 413.
So, we were starting to kind of get a peek.
And 17, contact set 732.2, expect start.
We're going to be landing.
Apologies, you cut out there. Was that for just off 17?
A-firm contact sensor 132.2, expect start.
Sensor 132.2, just
Probably the same frequency that we're going to get, so I'm going to tune it just to have it ready.
And Delta 41, we can take 3-4 right.
Delta 41.
We're a little bit too far away to see the local frequencies at Brisbane. But we were starting to say, okay. So they're landing on 19 left and right. Do we have a sense which one are we likely to get?
Canada 227, contact sensor 132.2, expect start.
Coming in from this side, we're likely to get the left side. That's not a guarantee. Oh, here's not Melvin. So it looks like they're alternating them off of this. So you kind of think, oh, if you're going to end up on a left downwind, you're going to end up on the left side, but it does look like they're kind of alternating them. So 50-50 shot whether we get 19 left or 19 right.
I was going to get a Canada 227 with you
Star
360.
is probably the same either way. If we're coming from the south, now what's the... So the star might be called Gommel or Lagab. Yeah, we got Gommels. One left or 19 right. One right or 19 left. It's Gommel 5 Alpha. 5 Victor.
We're ready, Delta 41.
Delta 41, please mark 6 arrival, runway 34 right. When ready, descend flight level 130.
So it looks like the 5
right on the moment with arrival.
Alpha turns you toward the runway, whereas the 5 Victor is a little bit more of a high capacity version that keeps you on a downwind. So that's interesting, and I wonder which one will end up. I expect we'll probably end up getting the 5 Victor, but we'll have to wait until they tell us which star and I guess which runway. We know it's going to be either that one or that one, more than more than likely, not 100% true. I guess I should have checked the ATIS. Did it say anything about which approaches to expect? But kind of assuming they're using the ILSs. Let's look at it again. Expect instrument approach, but that doesn't really say what kind of instrument approach. Okay, well, we got some unknowns. You know, why flip a coin when you could roll a 20-sided die? If you got two outcomes, you know, why flip a coin when a 20-sided die will do the trick? I mean, hey, at least with a 20-sided die, you don't have that pesky issue of it landing on its edge, right? Let's take a sneak peek at the event. So, how bad is the traffic coming in? It looks like it's starting to lighten. Of course, the event only goes officially another 20 minutes. So I do think we're going to be kind of skating in just slightly past the event end time. So we'll see whether they stick around. It looks like we won't be the last one in. There's definitely a few behind us, and then there's this stream over here kind of to our west. Look like they might be coming straight from Melbourne. So there's a little bit of traffic that's still going to be coming in after the event ends time. But of course, you never know. You know, they set aside a certain number of hours to control, and you know, for them, it's going to be 2 in the afternoon when the event ends. So if they've got afternoon plans or need to, you know, go do stuff before dinner or what have you, they're not going to be able to stick around necessarily. But, you know, hey, maybe a few will, and maybe we'll still be able to get a little bonus coverage as we make our way up to close the night up at Brisbane. The delays that we experienced were definitely not their fault. They seemed like they were operating pretty efficiently. And it didn't seem like, the entire night, it didn't really seem like a slammed, quote-unquote, event. I mean, it's always going to be busy on a Friday night ops, but it's not necessarily, I mean, you know, this one wasn't necessarily slammed, or you know, many of them can be still. This one seemed like it was slightly more moderated in terms of attendance, but still very, very busy, but not like insane, like, you know, 45-minute traffic queues, insane, like we've seen for the FNO Downunder in the past. We've had some traffic jams at Sydney that took us a lot longer to get in and out of. And our delay tonight was all because of my sim. I say that, you know, knowing that, you know, we've had very, very good luck in terms of stability with this setup, for the most part. But I will say that this aircraft, after having been ported over from Flight Sim 2020 to Flight Sim 2024, this tablet is a little glitchy. Oh, and I did say, you know, we're going to try and rebalance. Let's see if we can... Alright, 34-2, Keeling 1514. Alright, so let's see if we can figure out how to rebalance this aircraft. We want cross feed open. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I guess it's just... I guess it's just the standby pump and this cross feed. I guess that's it. And the differential right now... Wow, it's like 1,300 pounds almost. Did I leave the APU on again? I definitely did. Holy cow. Never just switch the engine air on.
We're in the center, jet star 564, flight level 350.
So 650, Falcon today, cleared to blackout 9 Alpha arrival, runway 19 left, maintain flight level 350.
Yeah, I left the APU on that entire time, so no wonder we're 1,300 pounds heavier on the right hand side. Right, well I gotta check in with the center controller now.
I just saw 784 requesting fire descent to 4,100 for the star eyesight whiskey.
Just 784, descend to flight level 130.
Flight level 130, just 784.
So the differential's 1,300 pounds here at 42 after the hour. Center Keelink 1514, flight level 270. The missing from the post-start list? No, it's not post-start Trugley even. It's in this aircraft the engines are so underpowered that you keep the APU on for takeoff and landing. It is actually part of the 10,000 foot checklist. So I did, you know, forward-facing lights off and climb pressure check, and we were having that whole conversation. At that moment, I should have also been turning the APU off and engaging the engine air. But man, I left it running the entire time. Holy cow. On the first leg, I at least engaged the engine air and turned off the APU air, but I still left the APU running.
Follow 300 FedEx area.
Yep. Fire away.
Clear, Gommel 5 Alpha arrival, runway 19 left, maintain flight level 290.
Alright, we're at 270 now. Are we able to maintain that?
5 Alpha, maintain flight level 270.
Gotcha. We're on the Gommel 5 Alpha 19 left at 270. Feeling 1514. Chuckley says the dice lied to me. Alright, well, let's go ahead and start getting it set up. Into flight plan. Actually, let's go menu and arrival. 19 left. It's the Gommel 5 Alpha, which is option 5. It's the ILS 19 left, option 1. And on that, do we need... It looks like Ahsoka. Oops, that's 19 right. 19 left is the one we're actually doing. So it looks like Betso is the furthest one out, so we'll use that as our transition. May or may not need it, but we'll put it in there. Alright, put that all into the flight plan. And then let's look at it. So we're currently on our way to Rulgu, and then Amcax, and then Gommel, and then after Gommel. Going to 19 left. Okay, so we don't need this one. Need that one. Oh, and it comes right off of Betso. Okay, that's good. So Mikug, Salel, and Salga, and Ipson, Amgov. Okay, and we're going to have some altitudes to put in. See, because the FMC is going to default to the lowest altitude, so it's going to have us at 9,000 at Salel. It looks like 12 at Salel is going to be plenty fine because we got 16 miles. We get down that extra 3,000 feet, and that's plenty. So, alright. Well, let's start getting a VNAV plan in place. So, yeah, I'm going at 5, Salga at 9, but Salo we're going to change to 12. Alright, and I'll tell you what, let's make sure. I still saw some points in there. Oh, yeah. So we got some duplicates there. So we got Amcax and then Gommel. And then after Gommel, it should be Mekug. So we need to delete this one here.
Ready to copy for JustFlight 564.
564, clear, block 9 Alpha arrival. Runway 19 right.
Yeah, after Gommel.
Progression down to flight level 130.
Roger, JustFlight 564. Says I need block 9 Alpha arrival.
Okay.
19 right for.
Alright, so now we're only 64 miles from top of descent. That makes a little bit more sense.
Flight level 130. JustFlight 564.
Good setting an alpha bank from the 510, maintain your flight level 310, go ahead.
Chugley says the D20 dice is now in dice jail. At least you know before Sunday for the next D&D session. Happy to be of service. By the way, we haven't talked about it in a while, but our Slant Artwork Adventure is still underway. Slant Artwork Adventure is a side project that we undertake to create the thumbnail that's going to be representing the stream when we upload it to YouTube later, so we try and keep it relevant to what we're doing. So since we're flying down under, we're walking the pups up the Sydney Harbor Bank with the bridge and the Opera House in the background. We've added an Aussie version of the Statue of Liberty and plane towing and a banner for Outback Steakhouse. So if you want to cash in 500 of the Twitch channel points, aka the Alphabets points, there at the bottom of the chat panel, and then you can let me know what you'd like to do to add to or modify that image. No, Chugley wants to get in on that. Go ahead.
Mike is now correct, which is in 108, next 1019, that's Mike speaking.
552, contact approach 125, take 06. Good day.
Over to approach 125, 695, same height.
Circle bumpers 594 with you.
Yeah, I feel like this differential in 8 minutes hasn't changed much. 28, 29, 30, 31. We're still about 1,300 pounds different.
Could you repeat the star for bumpers 594?
Cross feeds open, right standby pumps on. Turning these pumps off was not a good idea.
Yeah, copy. We can take the burn the 5 Yankee to 14 bumpers.
I don't know what that does.
Ready to send flight level 130.
When ready down to 130, fueling 1514. Okay, so that seems like it's got the right side losing weight faster than the left side. Well, maybe not. Marginally so. No, I don't know. Chuckley, the rule is a few words or a simple sentence. Let me see what you wrote there. Okay. I was gonna say, you're not giving me a bomb of D20s. You're giving me a bomb of ideas.
And for Julie 210, default to arrival, and we'll be doing island 19 right, 193. That's your Julie 212 with their being transition to the star method bit.
Okay, come back.
All right, Charlie. I think I've got you. I think I've got you. All right, so we're cleared down to.
With the black machine.
110. I think it was 110. And when do we want to start down? 19 miles from now. I can't remember now if he said 11 or 13. I'll double check. Center Keeling 1514. Sorry, we had a senior moment there. Did you say a 110 or 130?
130.
Okay, 130. Okay, Keeling 1514. Thanks. Not asked.
594, we're ready to take flight level 130.
Alright. 13 miles. We'll start down.
That was for 594.
Yeah, good thing I checked. I had a... I thought it was 11, but I had this ringing doubt in my mind that it might have been 13.
594.
There we go. Parachuting in is a Beach ball size, 20-sided die. I think we'll take that, right?
When ready, down to 3.
47 when ready, flight level 130.
When ready, flight level 130, 47, thank you.
Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt signs on. Let's go ahead and get pressurization. Pressurization is
Vehicle 15 is going to get the capacity. For you is the black 9 Alpha arrival. Runway.
What is the pressurization at the airport?
Maintain flight level 39.
15 feet.
Alright, Black 19er Alpha arrival, 19er right, maintain 390 for Cuban Philadelphia.
So basically 0. Alright, and then let's click over into descent mode. And then we'll synchronize. No, we'll get the normal time to get the ATIS information is when we start the descent, so I'll do that in a moment. Alright, so 2.
People contact approach on 125, gate 16.
No!
Contact approach on 125.46, SR56 orbiting.
5N, okay, the 10.
Alright, well we missed our
Qantas flight 10, when ready to descend flight level 130.
missed our desired speed by 10 knots.
Qantas flight 494, Feeling 1514, contact approach on 125, gate 16. Good day.
25-6, Keeling 1514.
Feeling 210, when ready to descend flight level 130.
See, so now I'll get the updated ATIS so that I know I'm checking it with the right letter.
Qantas 2901, confirm waypoint tracking.
Apologies, Qantas 2901 trying to call directly down Qantas 2901, sorry about that.
Qantas 2901, no worries. From present position, track direct, Stanig.
Stanig for Qantas 2901. Yo.
Alright, and Brisbane ATIS Mike is now current.
Sending to flight level 250, Black 9 Alpha arrival.
Mike, what day is it, Mike?
And 1019.
Yes, 564, Brisbane approach, good afternoon, information, Mike, current, expect pilot approach from A1 at 9 right. When ready, continue descent by the star, 90,000, Brisbane QNH 1019. Roger, continue descent down to 9,000, information, Mike on board, expect ELS approach on A1.
And what are we trying to do? We're trying to do 1650. So let's increase the throttle. And Brisbane approach, Keeling 1514. We got information, Mike. We're 216 via the star.
Keeling 1514, Brisbane approach, good afternoon, thanks Mike. Expect ILS approach, runway 19 left. When ready, continue descent by the star, 90,000. Brisbane QNH 1019.
1019er and via the star down to 90,000, expecting 19er left, Keeling 1514.
Qantas 552, continue descent by the star to 4,000, cleared ILS approach runway 19 left, report established. Down 4,000, cleared the ILS for 19.
Okay, so 1600 is what we're trying to do. We'll bring the power back just a little bit. Okay, 19 left. I know I programmed it into the FMC, but let's get the radios tuned now. 110.1 and 196. Let's tune the standby like normal people. .1 and 196. Why is that course knob going so slow? Am I pretending to be normal people? I know I can't really pull that off, can I? Missed approach. Don't really have a nav aid to tune, but it's heading 166. So after 2.2, and then left to 166 to 4,000. So there's no nav aid to tune, so we can actually put both the captain's side and the first officer's side on that. The minimums, 220. I'm going to set the alerter to 320. The ground elevation may be different, so I'm always buffer that by 100 or so. But we'll know that the barometric minimum is actually that minus 100, so 220. Did I never turn the yaw damper on? Alright, well that's on now. And then how are we on the descent? We want to shallow the descent out a little bit. I said a little bit, gosh.
And Qantas 2901, sorry about the disconnect. I had some connectivity issues that we had.
Alright, how's our fuel differential?
01, roger. Confirm still tracking direct Stanek.
Yeah, we should be tracking Stanek for Qantas 2901.
Fuel differentials. I'm going to have to read up on fuel management of this aircraft. Obviously, I don't know how to do it. Because we're 1,300 pounds heavier on the right side, and I don't know how to fix that. But at this point, we're in the descent. Put everything back to normal here.
Present departure low, uniform Mike, uniform 976 heavy, climbing to 2,200 to 6,000 via the 5th.
Uniform, Mike, uniform, Brisbane departures, g'day, identified climb by JustFlight level 180.
Alright, so 166 to 4,000 if we go missed, 220 is the minimums, 110.1 and 196. There's no nav aid for the missed approach. We're landing 19 left.
Brisbane approach, fine.
And going probably to the northern end of the domestic terminal. So, yeah, off at Alpha 6 if we can. It sounds like there's not a local controller now. It sounds like our approach controller's kind of doing it all, which is cool. At least he's staying on for us. We appreciate it. Throttle's coming back just a little bit. Do we have any speed restrictions on this? 250 below 10, which we kind of do anyway.
Qantas 2901, contact Brisbane Centre 134.2.
Other than that, no. And we need to be below 12 by the time we get to Sal L. If we miss, we want to be a little low. Because we're legal between 9,000 and 12,000. So if we miss at Sal L, we want to overshoot and be below 12 in order to be legal there.
Qantas 165, taxi Bravo Yankee Sierra, the holding point, runway 19 right.
Taxi Bravo Yankee Sierra 19 right.
And what's the transition? Is it still 11? Yeah, 110.
Uniform Mike, Uniform 976 for clean speed request 265 knots.
Okay, so we're just now passing cell L. We're just now getting to 12,000. We now want to slow our descent to 1,000 feet per minute, so I'm going to add a little bit of throttle back in. And since we're getting pretty close to that transition, I'm just going to go ahead and tune these in. There we go, 8. $10.19 really. Alright, so we're trying to descend at 1,000 feet per minute. We're pretty close to that. Let's hold that vertical speed. The APU back on. As soon as the APU is providing electricity.
Just star 564, continue descent by the star to 5,000. Continue descent by the star down to 5,000, just star 564.
As soon as we got everything transferred to the APU, we can slam the engines down to idle. Get the airplane slowed.
Approach Killing 674, descending via the approach to arrival 60,000.
Killing 674. Approach, get a information, Mike is current. Expect ILS approach runway 19 right. When ready, descend by the star to 9,000, Brisbane QNH 1019.
Descend to 9,000, and can we take the RNAV X-ray for 1 and right?
Stand by for that Killing 674.
That forward-facing lights can come on. And the cabin crew.
Good afternoon, Brisbane approach, velocity 785, Tango 1, ready and reaching.
And there's 250.
Apologies, station calling, call sign.
Velocity 785, Tango 1.
I've lost 785, there you go, thank you. Sorry, we're just doing a control change, everyone's jumped off, so I'm just sort of picking up the pieces, mate. Runway 19 right, please take off.
Chris Pressure 19 right, and not a problem.
Killing 1514, continue descent by the star 5,000.
We'll continue via the star down to 5,000, killing 1514.
Killing 674, where do you want to join the RMP X-ray waypoint, Lovener?
Second?
Where do you want to join the RMP X-ray? You're from 19 right?
From Osaka, if possible.
Killing 674, roger.
Okay, so we're trying to descend right about 1,000 feet per minute. So I'm increasing the throttle in order to decrease the descent rate. We're right on 250, so we'll bug that.
Bravo.
Let's go ahead and bug our
Bravo,
30 speeds.
19 left, Qantas 533.
Yeah, flight level 110 is correct.
524 BAe 17, please.
Cross 552, taxi straight ahead, Bravo to the gate. Bravo to the gate, Qantas 552. Uniform, Mike, uniform 976, contact Brisbane Centre 134.2, g'day.
134.2, uniform Mike, uniform 976, yeah.
Hey,
thank you very much. Killing 674, you can expect the RMP from the
still 1,000 down to
We'll go from Osaka, Killing 674, thank you.
Umgov.
Killing 674, continue descent to 5,000.
Continue descent 5,000, Killing 674.
Just up 564, continue descent to 3,000, cleared ILS approach, runway 19 right, report established.
Continue descent down to 3,000, cleared the ILS.
I have no idea why he said Jetstar 564. I almost answered up like that was me. Not even close.
Policy 785 to 1,600.
We're getting close enough, though. I guess you guys can start putting some predictions into the chat as far as the vertical descent rate at the moment the wheels touch runway surface. No bot command necessary for that on this channel. Just a number into the chat, which will represent your guess as to the vertical speed in terms of feet per minute at the moment the wheels touch runway surface. And the closest predictor gets an automatic entry into our monthly landing rate raffle, which we'll draw the winner of at the end of the month, August 31st. Very last day of the month, this month. A little bit of a laggy sim performance here. Kind of a jagged movement of that landmass as we turn. Hope that smooths out before we get on final. Another 1,000.
Cruiser approach today from 510, D75 level 130, and we see the mark.
Florence 510, Brisbane approach, good afternoon, thanks to Mike. Expect island approach runway 19 left, when ready, continue descent by the star to 90,000. Brisbane QNH 1019.
What was the earlier one, guys?
41 left, descend device 90,000.
It was somewhere around 160.
Killing 1514, continue descent by the star to 4,000, cleared island approach runway 19 left, report established.
Alright, 4,000, and we'll report established on the ILS 19 left, killing 1514.
Traffic, traffic.
And I don't think the autopilot's quite doing what it's supposed to be doing here. It's losing control of the speed. Maybe it's got it back. Yeah, we're getting really laggy sim performance, though.
Autopilot disconnected.
I'll go ahead and switch over to the radios.
Localizer armed. Localizer captured.
Approach, good day, well, holding at 13 up.
I just want to tell you both. Good luck. We're all counting on it.
Approach, g'day, information, November's current expect island approach runway 19 right. Continue descent by the star to 90,000, Brisbane QNH 1019.
Yeah, this sim is lagging huge.
Descend, descend, descend.
And approach, fueling 210 with the final 210 descending.
So we're going to get the speed under control now.
Killing 210, approach, g'day, descend by the star to...
Alright, let's see the runway.
130.
So we got glide slope. We got glide slope, we got localizer. You can go ahead and get some spoiler out.
564, you established.
Roger, just 564, my apologies, I forgot to let you know established on the last one on the right.
Just 564, no worries. Runway 19 right, please land.
Runway 19 right, clear to land, just 564.
And Keeling 1514, we're established on the left side.
Killing 1514, thanks.
Speed checked below 205.
533, you ready?
Flaps 18.
Ready, runway 19 left.
Qantas 533, thanks. Expedite, runway 19 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 19 left, Qantas 533.
Descend, descend, descend.
I think we're doing a parallel approach with somebody. That's why we're getting that TCAS alert.
Station calling standby, killing 674 from present position. Track direct to SOCO, descend 3000, cleared.
Gotta be pretty close though.
Right.
Clear direct to SOCO, descend 3000, clear RNAV, X-ray 1 and a right for killing 674.
We don't need to be quite down at final approach speed yet.
Killing.
Qantas 594, checking in, flight level 130.
2500.
Qantas 594, thanks. Continue descent via the star to flight level 130. Information November's current expect. Are you going to the Gold Coast?
Continuous ignition's on.
Copy, we're going to Gold Coast. We're on 330 heading right now.
I got one more notch of flaps to get out.
No worries. Stand by.
We're good on the lope, we're good on the glide. Speed's still up. Yeah, we're speed's still up, but that's on purpose.
Also,
yeah,
just stand by 1 second.
Sim lag is really, really bad.
1514, runway 19 left, please land.
Did land 19 left, Q-lane 1514.
Qantas 510, cancel start, turn right heading 030, descent 5000. Qantas 510, cancel start, turn right heading 030, descent 5000.
5030, descend 5000.
We're low.
Killing 210, descend by the start of 5000. By the start of 5000, killing 210.
And we're within 5, so it's time to go ahead and get down to our final approach speed. So let's bring the throttles back. Last notch of flaps coming in.
533, popping 1,600.
Station calling standby, velocity, cancel the velocity 7, cancel the start, turn left heading 290, stop descent 6000.
Stop descent 6000 to 60.
Velocity 7 is heading 290.
Heading 290, velocity
1,000.
Speeds close. Lope is slightly offline here. Looks like we're getting pushed over to the right.
Qantas 533, you with me, verify level.
So we'll correct to the left here. We'll correct the crab angle before touchdown. Looks like we're a little high now.
Qantas 533, thanks. Identify climb by to flight level 180.
Climb by to flight level 180, Qantas 533.
Bravo, I was going queuing 1250 out of 30, sending 130. We're going to be back in
no worries.
Yep, queuing 1250, no worries. Stand by. Just a bit of a mess at the moment. You can expect runway 19 left, ILS approach. Descend to 9000. Maintain present heading as 060.
Here landing.
Minimums.
Taxi ILS approach 19 or left, descend 9000, continue present heading as 060, feeling to the 5. There.
Qantas 594, I don't know why you've come up this far. I think it's been missed for the Gold Coast, so can you turn right heading 110, descend to 9000?
Right 110 down to 9,000, Qantas
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Velocity 7518.
Way off center line. Overflared as always. Crab angle was horrendous.
Velocity 75.
Lag did not help me. I was.
Velocity 785.
Not happy, but
Roger, stand by.
I'll blame the sim for some of that.
60 knots.
Velocity 785, contact center 134.2.
342, thanks.
Okay, well.
Brazilian approach. Velocity 7, turn right immediately 040. Right.
Turn right immediately 040.
That's off, we're going over to gate 39. Station calling on the ground, taxi your discretion via Bravo. Taxi your discretion via Bravo, just our 564, thanks. Qantas 510, turn left heading 280.
280, Qantas 510.
And he's clearly dealing with in-air traffic. I'm going to also taxi my discretion via Bravo since I'm figuring that instruction was also for me.
Keeling 674, turn right heading 300.
Poor guy's kind of inherited the entire airport
74.
after
Just
the
climb
events
the 5,000
officially ended, and
thanks.
he's trying to just do cleanup. So, we'll help him out. Taxi via sea and avoid. We're gonna go to the north end of the terminal. This lag is horrendous. I wonder if
674.
I wonder if it's a VATSIM thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
taxi.
taxi.
Killing 674, runway 19 right, clear to land.
Taxi vehicle. So did that help the sim lag? No. I'm getting like 5 frames a second here. It's been a very glitchy night, guys. I'm not used to that.
Turn left heading 080.
Normally the sim performance is very good, but tonight we've had all kinds of issues.
Velocity 7, turn left heading 330.
Turn left heading 33. Turn left heading 330 plus.
Killing 5, Qantas 510. Resume our navigation, track direct Betso.
Let's make sure I got all the stuff on the way in. We get the weather radar
What
off.
approach have you got set up for the Gold Coast?
Right now we have the RNAV Zulu plugged in for Velocity 594.
No worries. Can you give me a waypoint for that? Is it pod?
Yeah, first waypoint is Charlie Golf to November, India.
Qantas 594, thanks. Descend to 5,000, track direct that waypoint.
Track direct that waypoint. Good enough.
And the 5,000.
Alright, speed brake, flaps, flight directors, TMS, landing lights, taxi lights, strobe, continuous ignition, weather radar, and transponder.
Ready, runway 19 right.
Qantas 165, hold short, 19 right.
Hold short, runway 19 right. Qantas 165.
Qantas 533, contact Brisbane Centre 1342.
1342, Qantas 533. Thank you for the agency.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, the approach was fairly stable. We got shoved around on short final by some crosswinds. I think some of the crabbing was my
turn left heading.
Poor crosswind correction. Like I probably made it worse instead of better. So I don't know if that was all wind related. Oh my god, we got the raid from Mustafa. Well, we're just about to wrap up, Moose.
Qantas 510, descend to 4,000.
And unfortunately, it has not been the ideal stream to watch either.
Qantas 510, thanks.
We heard you. We heard you at Sydney. Matter of fact, we were waiting for you to taxi behind us so we could move. We're like, come on, Moose, get that thing going. Got a raid and run. Yeah, all good. I'll find. Yeah, we're getting ready to. We're getting ready to close up shop, but I'll find a good raid to send your viewers over to. Thank you for the support. We can taxi light off. Thank you for the support and appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good flight. And
yeah, if you can switch to 19 left, thanks. That'd be great.
yeah, we had a very glitchy evening. Unfortunately, sad to say. I'm fortunate that I don't have to say that very often, but tonight,
a bit of a mess at the moment. Just trying to
all kinds of stuff going on. And right now, like this 5 frames a second or whatever that we're getting from the sim is just the latest.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, bro. Thank you, mate. Killing 674, turn right heading 030.
030674.
Anyway, all right. Well, have a good one, Moose. We'll find a good raid to send your friends over to here after we do the shutdown items. I think I got everything on the taxi and parking brake, master warning knob.
Cleared ILS approach runway 19 right.
Get the oxygen systems.
Sorry, you were stepped on. Could you please repeat that?
Yeah, velocity 7, turn right heading 190. Cleared direct Ahsoka.
Let's get the
runway 19 right.
engine gens off.
Cleared Ahsoka for the 19 right approach.
Pack number 2 off.
Killing 210, turn right heading 250. Left heading 250.
Make sure all 4 went, and they did.
Killing 210.
Fasten seatbelt signs off.
Qantas 594, cleared to leave controlled airspace, descending via the RMP approach runway 14, report on the ground Gold Coast.
Fuel pumps.
Roger, cleared RNAV Zulu 14.
Green and probe heats.
For Qantas 594.
Ice detection. Beacon lights.
And velocity 7, descend to 5,000.
Descend 5,000, velocity 7.
Yeah, and now I'm not even getting the deboarding option.
Runway 19 right, clear for takeoff.
So that's fine, we'll just open up the doors.
Runway 19 right, clear for takeoff, Qantas 165.
Well, no, I on the descent, I stopped doing the cross feed, and of course then it got worse because I turned the APU back on. So our 1,300-pound differential turned into a 1,500-pound differential, but I never did figure out whether I had the. I mean, I don't think I had it set up right. I got to read up on how to do that rebalancing in this aircraft, obviously. But yeah, then it got worse when I turned the APU back on for the descent.
There's a short delay on your clearance to stand by.
Anyway, we'll work on that for next time. Truck set. We can get ground power connected.
Runway 19 left.
Maybe.
Yep, 19 left for Geelink 210.
Okay, there we go.
Geelink 210, roger, thanks. Turn right heading 360 degrees. Short vectors for the localizer.
And come up here and get the
for the localizer.
galley switch off, pack number 1 off.
Descend 4,000.
External
power
on.
Left, clear to land.
Yeah, but still that's kicking off. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm probably going to go back to. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Glitchy. So APU, I'm going to leave the APU gen on and the APU and the fuel pump on.
Geelink 1250, turn left heading 250.
Left turn 250.
So the rest of that can all stay like it is. And then the AC and PTU pumps and the hydraulic pumps can come off. And we'll come down here, we'll squawk 2000. And we'll switch that into standby. Let's I'm not even going to bother with fuel and ETA. Let's see how the landing was.
Thank you, bye now. Geelink 674, turn right heading 110.
Yeah, we had a huge crab angle, center line was off, touchdown zone was off. Yeah, we knew all that was bad. So we got scored pretty low, 68. 108 was the descent rate, so that's not too bad, but we had all kinds of issues other than that. Yeah, 10 knot crosswind didn't help us. But at least when we landed, when we touched down on the far right side of the runway, at least we were crabbing to the left. So that as soon as we touched down, we got back onto the center line. Yeah, anyway, that was a mess. Alright, 108 was the descent rate at the moment the wheels touched anyway, so.
To Ogeto for Geelink 210. Beto, Bravo, Echo, Tango, Sierra, Oscar.
Do we even get any guesses in?
Beto for Geelink 210.
We only got the one guess. Well, I guess you get an entry. It was pretty close, though.
Direct Osoko, cleared ILS approach runway 19 right.
All navigation to Osoko, cleared ILS 919 right approach, Geelink 604.
Qantas 165, passing 2,600 on climb to 6,000.
Sucks to win by default. Although it is pretty late. It's 12:30, later than most of my streams go.
165.
By a lot. But hey, you stuck around and you got an entry into the landing right now.
Descend to 4,000.
Alright, well let's go ahead and finish up the shutdown and then we'll find somebody to raid here.
And killing 1250, apologies, the tags dropped out. Did I clear you direct Benso?
Negative for 1250, want us there?
Nav radios off.
1250, A firm, track direct, resume navigation, track direct Benso, cleared ILS approach runway
That
1.
not turning off.
Track direct bets, so clear at the ILS 1
Okay, there we go.
approach for Q-Link 1250.
The nav 1 off, nav 2 off. Come down here and shut the
Station call 864, go ahead.
FMC data units off.
Clear the Big 2 departure.
Shut the comm radios off.
Talking,
ADF radios off.
Comms 864, thanks. And you'll be 19 right. I meant to put that in the PDC, but it's just a bit hectic at the moment.
Understood.
Yeah, so hold on. Turn that back on just to...
1280.
Just gotta go ahead and shut that down. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the radio's off, and then let's hop down the bottom here. Shut down the temps, shut down the yaw damper. And then let's hop up top. Brake fan. Of course, the brakes were still cooling, so you would leave the brake fans on while the brakes were still cooling, but I'm just shutting down the plane, so... You know, they'll cool. They'll cool while the plane's sitting here. Oh, nav lights can come off this way. Yeah, there we go. What else? Cabin emergency logo. Okay, yeah, we did all that. Come down here. So center tank transfer can go to shut. Well, it always was. Flight deck emergency lights can go off. External AC. Yeah, we never really used it. We can get the bus ties off. Standby inverters armed and off. Nav light can come off. Okay, we just did that up top there. And at this point, let's just go ahead and put down the APU gen and the APU. And then the batteries. So that's weird. Even with that, even when that switch kicked back to neutral, it was still connected to external AC. So I guess it's normal for that switch to kick back to neutral? I don't know. I've never noticed it happening before, but I noticed it tonight. Whatever. Close up the doors and hatches. We'll disconnect ground power. We'll go ahead and leave the chocks on. And I guess it'll be the next cruise problem to get that balancing issue sorted out. Alright, well, there we are. And kudos to the fine controllers of VATPAC. Gave us great service all the way down, and especially for sticking around to help the stragglers come into Brisbane. We truly appreciate that, guys. Class act there, those controllers that work the Australia region on VATSIM. So this Friday Night Ops Down Under, they used to do once a year. Well, this is the second time this year for this one. So if that becomes a semi-annual event, I definitely won't complain. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us for it. And yeah, sorry about the delays and glitches. It was kind of a crummy stream with all the weird stuff happening. But you know, we don't see that too often, and hopefully the next one will be. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit back to normal. Now that next one is going to be a week from tonight. We are going to miss Monday's stream and Wednesday's stream, as I do have family in town, so we do have plans during the week. A week from tonight, though, Friday night the 14th, we'll be back on. We'll be in the 737, the PMDG 737. We'll be celebrating some Metroplex madness over in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to do a couple of Southwest Airlines ops. El Paso to Dallas Love, and the Dallas Love up to St. Louis. So, yeah, that'll be the plan. That'll be the plan in the PMDG 737, and should be a good time. And yeah, with an FNO, of course, Dallas Love doesn't always tend to get as slammed as Dallas Fort Worth does. But of course, the airspace itself, that whole what is it, D10? I forget what the name of the TRACON is, but that whole Dallas Fort Worth radar area is bound to be pretty saturated. It should be a fun time, and hope that we'll have a